Welcome to Noob Heroes turn 38. So the research and alteration is complete. Next is level 7. An Avite scout called Vulgrim. I'm assuming that's a Warhammer 40k reference, but I'm not sure. He claimed the Outer Throne. Cast a Mind Hunt. And I think this was another Lankan commander that got killed. Cast Raven Feast. Gave me 7 dead gems. Cast Twiceborn again. Then basically just using my dead gems to produce white mages at this point. Because they can go underwater. And then this, a Dire Portent. Telamonian, the Carpenter of Insights, Prince of Insects, the Many-Eyed King, has committed the act of ultimate evil against the world of the living by putting the burden of time upon the world. As long as this enchantment is active, every living being will grow old and die in a few years' time. This spell must be dispelled at once, or you can only hope to become god of a world devoid of living beings. So, Sauromacia just casts Burden of Time. And I have a lot of old age mages, so I'm not happy about this. This spell also gives every province dead skills, basically. My growth skills will slow it down, but not stop it. So, this cannot go unanswered. At this point I have a conversation with Lanka, who even though we're at war, we're still having a friendly chat. And I make clear that I'm much rather not fight him and go kill Sauromacia instead. And he agrees because he thinks that well, even though he doesn't care about Burden of Time, because he has a nation of demon monkeys that can get a few 100 years old, so it doesn't bother him too much. But he would rather go attack Hinnom instead, because he considers that if he doesn't, Hinnom will win the game. And I think he's actually right about that, but I have an NFP with Hinnom. And I can't. At this point, I don't think I would win a war against Hinnom, so we agree that I get to keep the fort in Acasta. I give him back one of the provinces I raided, and we go our separate way. We also sign an NFP tree. On top of that, I am selling Lanka 2 of his amulets of resilience back for 16 nature gems. Which is a good deal in my opinion. They cost him at least 18 nature gems to craft, I think. Or maybe 16. I don't know. I don't even know if he has hammers at this point. But still, it will save him 2 mage turns, and the amulets aren't that useful to me. And they give me some nature gems which I can use. I publicly end my NAP with Sauromacia in the public Discord chat, so everybody can see I'm about to attack Sauromacia, because this cannot stand, and hopefully other people will jump on it as well. Atlantis has started attacking Lanka at this point. I don't know if this is bad timing or good timing or whatever this is on his part, but it's something. Okay, so some site searching. We found one thing, which is a wellspring of secrets. Some crippled units died on the march. And then here's Atlantis vulturing against Lanka. So he casts a lot of blessings. Apparently he has 5 cold resistance, which is possibly a thing if you're an underwater nation. Because cold weapons can be quite useful underwater, because water elementals don't have cold resistance. So if people underwater are likely to pick cold weapons because of that, then cold resistance might be a nice pickup. Other than that, 2 defense skill, reinvigoration, and 2 strength. So a rather light bless. Of course, the local village militia is not gonna stand up to any of this. Then I'm attacking Lanka in Ashington. Oh yeah, this is the force of wounded soldiers that I decided to send forward. Lanka attacked me in Blackport. Alright, that's down here, that's one of the places I raided. And I put 1 province defense. Okay, yeah. And then there was a battle in Ctesiphon. That's my other raid. And here he put up a lot of stuff, like province defense, undead, some troops. So yeah, he repels my raiding here, which is too bad, but it doesn't matter in the end because the war's over anyway, and I would have been giving him this province back, no matter what, because it's in his cap circle. So, alright, then 3 of our troops are now suffering from old age, and we got some unexpected events. A priest of Winnie the Pooh, the evil prince, has been blessing the crops throughout the province. People are happy, faith has increased, and much wealth has been donated by merry farmers, so you get some gold in the Dominion. An inspirational leader of the people has appeared. He's leading the way to peace and prosperity, pines to unrest, plus to order, and an adventurer joins. This is not a useful adventurer, I believe. A band of robbers have been rooted out and their trash is confiscated, which gives me some gold and less unrest in my underwater province, actually. So, underwater robbers. A series of unfortunate events have redirected important trade routes to other lands, minus 10 province income, that sucks. And then some patrol information. Oh. And Nagash left because I didn't hire him again. I think at this point I'm thinking, if I don't hire him and then hire him later, maybe he gets his dead gems back, in which case I'm just buying dead gems for gold. Also, I don't need him anymore because I already have a skull staff. Okay, so we're getting out of Lanka and preparing to invade Sarmatia instead. Because I don't have the pearls to cast this spell. And this burden of time has to go. It will ruin my nation. And I am probably the most affected in the entire game because I'm relying very heavily on gold income. And this nonsense reduces your gold income. I'm having this guy, Dayu, who is a Celestial Master. He's casting Twiceborn, so I'm gonna have a Twiceborn flying mage with a lot of pots. Gonna make for a very good white mage. I'm casting Pyre of Catharsis with Disappoint because I want to keep him alive. I am casting Trade Wind with Winnie the Pooh for all of my air gems, which will give me a lot of extra money for. It's going to be 25% of this, so that's going to be something like 60 something gold per air gem, which is pretty good. I am building a lab and temple in Fairy Forest because it has witches, and witches are disease healers. So if it's gonna take me a while to kill Sarmatia, and I think it will, from what I could find out, Sarmatia is actually rather big, so it's gonna take a while. At least I can heal the people who get old age and get diseases, so I don't lose a lot of important magi to the burden of time. Planning to use Gateway to get more troops from Team Chi into the front. And I am therefore, I think I'm gonna do it from Shade Forest actually. I'm consolidating all my forces in one spot. Then I can cast Gateway and get them to Acasta in one turn. So I don't have to get them there one province at a time. I'm now researching Alt 7 for Fog Warriors, Marble Warriors, Mass Protection, Creeping Doom, possibly Phoenix Fire, and Phantasmal Attack. Could all be useful. After that I'm going Evocation 7 for Firestorm, Acid Storm, Storm of Thorns, Shimmering Fields, Stygian Rains, and Ice Strike. Ice Strike is actually gonna be quite important because it's Water 2, and I have a lot of cheap Water 2 mages that can all Ice Strike. This is it's a bit different from Frozen Heart, but it's a good alternative to a Frozen Heart, and instead of hitting a single dude, it hits 2 squares. And if you have a lot of magi that can cast this 5 times before they pass out, that will kill a lot of things. And then I'm gonna go Construction 8, which will give me access to golems and will give me access to all the artifacts that, if you remember, Terados over here promised to be crafting artifacts for everybody. Well, I might beat him to the artifacts and keep them all to myself, since I have pretty decent research. Then I'm forging a Crown of Titans and a Whip of Commands, so I can hopefully gateway more people. Forgetting that my gateway caster will already be wearing a skull cap, so that Crown of Titans is going to be a bit of a waste, but I wasn't thinking of it at the time. I think I had to finish my turn quickly and made a misplay. I make plenty of misplays in this game, and this is one of them. Alright, that's it for turn 38. See you in turn 39. Welcome to Noob Heroes turn 39. So I got the 16 nature gems from Lanka. Winnie the Pooh has cast Trade Wind. This point cast Pyre of Catharsis and survived. Then you cast Twiceborn. More side searching didn't work out. Oh, here side searching did work out. So Pain Z found an Ironclave and a Rune of Earth, which is, I think they're both Earth sites. And then Tigger found 4 sites in my Underwater province. So that's very good. We searched into more places, found nothing. Lanka found a new prophet. I might have mind hunted the previous one, I'm not sure. More crippled units died. Lanka took the province back as agreed. And then Sarmatia attacks Lanka. Yeah. We attack Independence in the Old Coast. Oh yeah, this is just a Master of the Dead committing suicide to become a white mage. This place has an Anuki of the Sky with Air 8. Fun. And all of these horrible Springhawks with lightning attacks. And there's an unexpected event in Andraste. Your farmers have angered a vengeful entity of the wild. A monster boar is now ravaging the province. Farmers are afraid to enter the fields and refuse to work. Unrest is slowly growing. You must send a group of hunters to the wild to find the dire pig and slay it, lest it will continue to rise. Okay. An event in White Lake. Young raging rebels have started riots and uprising in the province. Everyone is on edge, ready to kill and plunder. 60 unrest and losing 170 population. So, yeah, apparently there's a whole society under the water here with bandits and riots and... Okay. And then an unexpected event in Acasta. The lair of a hideous troll has been found within the bones of unfortunate travelers. Among the dreadful remnants, gold and magical gems were found. The troll itself escaped. So 60 gold and like, what is this? Only 20 something gems. It's a lot. And an ice lance, which I don't really know what to do with. It seems like a troll, because the troll itself escapes just like the last 5 times this happens. It seems like a troll just goes around the land, collects a whole bunch of gems and gold, then we kick him out of his lair and keep it. So that troll is kind of an unofficial tax collector at this point. Worldwide event, upcoming arena battle. With Hinnom in the game, there's really no reason to go into any of those arena battles because we know who's gonna win. And Long Wang now lives again as a white mage. So what happened here? We had a little chat on Discord because apparently they had an NAP as well. What happened? Turns out that Sarmatia decided to cast Burden of Time and go AI. And he said earlier that he had some things going on in his personal life, so he couldn't continue playing, but it's funny, but this is not the way to do it. You should find a sub. If you can't find a sub, request that you be allowed to go AI. Not like this. And there were multiple people saying that if they join the game again, they will check that that player isn't in there. And I'm not so sure what I would do. He wasn't very communicative during his time in the game, so might not want to play with that guy either. But yeah, so that happened. And now multiple people told me, please just go and kill him because it's an AI, it has Burden of Time up. It's now breaking NAPs because the AI doesn't know about the NAPs, so just kill it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not even waiting for the NAP because, well, it's an AI. And I'm moving in all over the place to attack. Over here, it's just gonna be the multiple line formation with archers and a lot of ghosts. Over here, wait. Oh yeah, over here I'm trying to just do a cheap raid if there's not too much defending the fort. I'm just moving in. Also sending Winnie the Pooh back to the capital. This is a nice central position where he can cast Raven Feast from. And I am moving one of my magi up. Let's see where. 110. Oh yeah, this guy, Zhang Xiang. He's moving up. He can try to follow an army around and start casting Wind Guide in order to hit less of my own troops. I am forging a Scepter of Authority and some winged shoes in Jinqi. Scepter of Authority is mostly for gateway casting, so the gateway caster can command more troops. I think I did gateway a lot of troops in here. We have a lot. And the winged shoes are just to move commanders around quicker because a lot of them spend a lot of time walking from place to place, and I wanna be more efficient with that. I don't know if everybody does it, but it's a thing I do in every game of Dominions. I always try to get my hands on as many mobility items as possible. Don't have that many yet at this point, but I end up having like 2 rows of things like shoes and carpets and everything. Because you don't want to spend valuable mage turns walking all the way from here to here, let's say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns to get a mage in a position where he can do something useful. And also moving Terminus into Towan here, so he can start assassinating here. He's been proven very useful against Lanka, and I'm hoping I can repeat that against Sarmatia. But we'll see. Alright, that's been it for turn 39. See you in turn 40. Welcome to Nubaeos turn 40. So Alteration 7 is complete. Now we're moving on to Evocation 7. Another mage has cast Twiceborn. More side searching that did nothing. I'm attacking some independents. I think this might be an underwater battle. No, this is just another suicide. That's it. Yep. Battle in Elkland. Oh yeah, this guy is also committing suicide to become a white mage. Then Lanka counterattacks against Sarmatia here. So Blood Vengeance is actually pretty good against heavy cavalry, because heavy cavalry have high defense and high protection, but what they do not have a lot of is hit points. So yeah, that's pretty one-sided. Then I'm attacking Sarmatia here, Gryphia. This is the main army moving in. Then there's the other attack on Dragon Point. Oh yeah, here I tried to use chariots. But without any gear. And unfortunately, for some reason, he decided to summon a million long dead horsemen. I don't know why. Anyway. Those chariots survived a lot, but in the end it didn't matter. Another 3 units have been plagued with old age. We got some unexpected events. Unusual amount of pearls have been washed out on the beach, some gleam with otherworldly luster. So 14 astral pearls and some gold. We got woods of the fairy court have been burned by a local lord. 2 drain, 1 dead, 3 misfortune and an air gem. I wish that guy didn't do that. And a local slave lord is seeking absolution for his sins. He donated all his virgins and a chest of gold to your cause. I'm wondering what he thinks sins are, if he's donating slaves to the government. A worldwide event. There's an arena battle, and in the arena Sarmatia fights a Witch King, because Sarmatia sends a Witch King. Because everybody else realizes this is him. No way. But the AI always sends something. Yeah, this is a Melkart. It's very scary, actually. I think you can build an entire strategy around basically not using armies, just using these guys instead. He takes a total of 9 damage against this nonsense. And then flies over and kills the commander. Okay. And then one of our scouts was discovered. Trolled out some bandits, and 2 of my suiciding mages now live on as white mages. Alright. So I tell Lanka that I'm about to lock down this province, Dragon Point, so we don't bump. He just says thank you very much and basically just runs off and goes attacking them. I am moving Tigger from where? Oh yeah, he's also moving into Dragon Point because Tigger can cast flaming arrows with the Elemental Apprentice. So then we'll have some flaming arrows in this army that has a lot of archers in it. I think that's like a little over 200 archers. And the flaming arrows will be a lot more effective here than against Lanka. I'm flying Hoxian to 112 here. So he can be healed by a witch. Because he got a disease. And he has 6 hit points left, which roughly means that he has 6 turns left, so fly here, witch will be recruited soon, and then he can be healed, and I don't lose a very expensive Kapali mage. I'm attempting to take 85 with sharks and ghosts, so I'm sending Dayu and Long Wang and Wang Lo in. to cast Call of the Ancestors a few times, summon Water Power, School of Sharks, and Shark Attack. The idea here is just I spam a bunch of nonsense out and take out the Shark Tritons and get second on the Water Province. Gong Gong is casting Gateway here in Tinchi to get more troops to Akasta for the war with Sarumecia. A reasonably narrow front, not as narrow as the Lancome war, but still quite narrow, so I can just keep pouring troops in here and just running deeper into their country as long as they don't win. But it's an AI, I expect to win. I am selling 2 bags of wine to Atlantis. Atlantis is a sub at this point, because the original player had to go away for a week. So the sub asked for bags of wine, and I'm selling him 2 bags of wine. Then we get to talking. He says that the research levels of Atlantis are absolute garbage. I'm asking what tech he actually has, and he tells me lol. And that's my official answer. So I'm selling him 10 Lightless Lanterns for 13 Fire Gems, 10 Jet Gems, and 27 Nature Gems. I am forging a Slave Collar in Tinchi. This is for a specific reason. Let's see if I can find the commander in question. This guy. Qin Shi Pao, who was involved in that battle in Dragon Point. He got Battle Fright. And since Winnie the Pooh has 1 level in blood, he can make a slave collar with some of these blood slaves that I got from all the random events. And then this guy, no, he's here. This guy can try to tug again with a morale higher than 8. And the feeble-mindedness really doesn't matter because he isn't a mage. I'm also forging a Robot C. Yeah, here. I'm forging a Robot C to get better water access and easier time sending people underwater. Alright, that's it for turn 40. See you in turn 41.